Hello, welcome to another video with Joseph Manifesting. Today's video is going to be on one of the most talked about topics, what to do when you get hot and cold behavior from your specific person. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to do this little guided meditation I've been doing for clients. I absolutely love it. I am going to help guide you into the state to be in to feel the wish fulfilled and what it is that you're shooting for. So then that way, the only thing that you need to gauge off of how you're doing is based upon how do you feel this feeling often. Before I get into today's video, please do like, subscribe, share. The more that this information is done, the more that this content will get to the people that need it. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, please do submit the form. It's on my website. There's a Google form you can fill out, submit it, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Hot and cold behavior from your SP. Why does it happen? The reason it happens is very simple. You've been doing your SATs, you're doing your visualizations, you're doing your affirmations or your scripting, and you're accepting this information as ideal. Then you see in the 3D, the SP is doing certain things. You're giving unideal meaning to the person doing this, whether they're not texting you continuously. They may not be loving or saying exactly what it is that you want them to say. They aren't behaving the way that you want them to behave. And then you're then assuming or impressing on the subconscious that they aren't in love with you. And you're questioning it. So these mixed impressions are causing the SP to show up in mixed ways. The solution to this is simple, yet it takes practice because we're so conditioned to be victims to the 3D. We're so conditioned to believe that the 3D is a real world and that our inner world isn't the real world. But the truth is your inner world is the only world and the 3D is Alice in Wonderland. It isn't real. So what we want to practice is whenever we see something unloving from the SP, whenever something is unideal from the SP, what we need to do after we see it, let's say we receive the text or we receive some behavior that was unideal for us, we take a couple of deep breaths, we bring our attention inwards, and we revise the situation. If they ended up shooting us a text, I want you to now see a text saying, I love you so much. You were the most important person in the world to me. Thank you for choosing me. Or thank you for choosing me as your soulmate, or you are my soulmate. Something like this is what you would see in the text message. Do this a couple of times until you feel a love, a gratitude, a satisfaction, and that's what you actually received. And then go on with your day. The same thing happened in person with some conversation purposes. They're rude to you, they're upset at you, etc. Whatever it is, I want you to immediately go into your imagination and I want you to revise the situation. See them in front of you. See them talking about how madly in love they are with you. See them talking about how important you are to them, how they love being with you. Actually use your senses, be there. See things as if you were actually experiencing it now. You want to do this continuously. Then before you go to bed, again, revise your day and see everything going the exact way that you would have loved for it to go. Keep doing this over and over and over again. And what ends up happening is we stop becoming reactive or we stop gauging how we're doing based upon the outside world. We leave the outside world alone and we go strictly to our inner world. Our inner world is where we find our proof and validation. Our inner world is where we know how we're doing, regardless of what we see outside of us. This is the goal. The goal is to become free from being a victim or a slave to what our senses show us. We are to empower ourselves and give ourselves to love, to give ourselves to validation, give ourselves to loving relationship, regardless of what we see out here. It can be very challenging. Again, we have been programmed to experience life through what we see, changes how we feel internally, and what we're doing is what we feel internally changes what we see. I want to do this awesome exercise with you that I've been doing with clients that I've found very, very helpful for them, and I trust it will be helpful for you as well. I want you to close your eyes, take about 5 deep breaths, Okay, now I want you to place your left hand over your heart. And I want you to think to yourself in your inner world, thank you that I have the most amazing marriage. This person is so grateful to be with me, and I love being with them. They treat me with so much love and mutual respect. We're each other's soulmates. Now, this feeling that I just experienced, and I trust you felt as well, that feeling of love in your heart, that feeling of satisfaction and gratitude in your heart, this appreciation, this is what you felt, possibly unconsciously, anytime your life was ideal, anytime you felt super loved, anytime you felt as though life was just wonderful to you. When you were in the most amazing relationship with your SP, this is what you felt. This is the gauge of how well you're doing. You don't need outside proof or validation from your SP. You need inside proof and validation. How often am I maintaining that feeling? Do I feel this love in my heart? Do I feel this gratitude in my heart for my SP? Both times I manifested my wife back, the week or two leading up to me manifesting her back, I felt this love and this deep appreciation for her and for our marriage before she ended up coming back, and both times I went to the Sabbath before it ended up happening. This is your only gauge. Your mind's overthinking, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, all this different stuff. Go back to that feeling. Feeling that love, feeling that gratitude, feeling as though you are in the most amazing marriage, and focus again on your heart area. Can you feel that warmth? Can you feel that love? Can you feel that gratitude? Do you feel like all is ideal? This, I believe, is a feeling Neville's talking about in The Feeling is the Secret. Again, I felt this for about a week up until I went to the Sabbath both times before I manifested my wife. Now that I'm in the most amazing marriage, I feel this love and this deep satisfaction, this gratitude for my marriage. And when things are going south, what I always feel is a hurt or some fear, and I usually feel it in my heart area. This is the secret. This is the gauge of how I'm doing on manifesting my specific person. So again, I'm seeing things outside of me that are unideal. I revise them, and I am shooting for this feeling of love, satisfaction, and gratitude for this marriage or for this scene. This is the feeling that I use for all my manifestations, whether it's money, it's for SP, it's for, I'm currently helping my brother move out of my mom's house, which has been very time consuming, but getting this whole process going, I ended up visualizing it happen, even though in the 3D it didn't look like it was going to happen. I felt this deep love and appreciation that everything was ideal for me. And then bridge of incidents, bridge of incidents, bridge of incidents, and now we're going to end up selling the house here shortly. I hope today's video was helpful. If it was, again, please like, subscribe, share, put on that notification bell. All of my videos are on either Neville, Manifesting SP, Revision, etc. And I post at least once a week, so please do that. Thanks as always for watching, guys. I appreciate you deeply.